Holy smokes!
Yeah.
How do we even go about that?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
It was packed. That was a good season opening. I think they hit on pretty much everything.
From my point, from what I said beginning, I think they did. Jon Snow, he was accepted into the Wildlings. He had to give, obviously, the honest reason why, and I think that was very...
I think that is.
Honest. That's the real reason, should be, too. Not just to fight each other, but the whole main thing. She's trying to get out, but I don't trust Littlefinger with that. No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
No. However, I did not see Arya. But that's okay.
No, we didn't. She escaped, though, so she's probably heading through the wilderness. To where? I don't know.
The ending, though. Oh, I didn't think I was gonna see him again. He just popped out.
Yeah,
Wow.
In my, breakdown, my map breakdown section, he's in question mark area on it. I have no idea where this guy went. So now we know.
Yes.
He's here now. To have one of the best fighters in the world on your side.
Didn't he say that he fought for her father?
Because he was a Kingsguard before Robert Baratheon was king. So he served as a Kingsguard back then.
My gosh. I thought I caught on to that, but I was like, I need to clarify that. That's good for Daenerys. I think that Jorah was a little bit on the... I don't know about this situation.
He knew who it was.
Yeah.
Immediately. That's Barristan Selmy, one of the greatest swordsmen in Westeros. So he's taken aback too. He didn't expect Barristan Selmy to just pop up. On top of that, he was already protecting her.
Yes.
He was already following her and making sure everything was going right. And when they used the bug, it was right there to take care of it.
He proved himself that he is going to be there for her countless of times. Followed her and then killed the bug.
Robb.
Oh,
and the massacre. So in the beginning of the episode, I was like, he has to go home. After that, he can't. Every time he possibly could leave this place, it's not falling apart. He's not bad to fight the war. He's fine to fight the war. But I feel like his whole internal situation, all his bannermen are turning on him. In real time, in front of him.
You could see it when he was talking to his mother and he looked up and they were like, what are you going to do, boy?
There's a caveat there because they had already left. By the time he said, put my mother in jail, they had left. They weren't there anymore. So they didn't see him do that. So it doesn't matter that he said, go put my mother in jail. They had already walked away. They missed it.
Oh.
And I don't know what he could do to get his bannerman back on his side. Finding Jaime and killing him, that'd be the only way.
Yeah.
But after that whole sequence, I don't see how he possibly could leave anymore. And two, on top of that, his bannermen want blood.
Yes, they do.
They want revenge. Mm-hmm. He wants justice. They want revenge. So
those are, to me, that's opposite.
I actually think that if he does leave, or if he were to think about leaving and going home, his banner would flip completely. Now, he's in such a bind. And it's not his fault. He's young. He doesn't know how to be a leader yet. He's not his father. He doesn't know how to manage the situation.
He was thrown into it.
And he's a king, too. They put that on him. Mm-hmm. It's the guy's he's not a child. I don't think he ever prepared for this. And on top of that, with Tyrion woke up.
Oh my god.
And
shame on his father.
That whole situation with his father, I understand his father blames him for his wife dying, but
you don't need to bring up all of his things. Seriously.
That's what Tywin probably thinks of him all the time. Every time he sees his face, he's reminded, that's the person who killed my wife. That's the person who is a dwarf, who's a stunted fool. He puts so much on him of his own problems. He has Tywin has his own problems.
Well, yeah.
They're not Tyrion's, but he pushes them all on him.
Once he figures out what's going on between his firstborn son and their twins. Because she said, I remember she was talking. Anyways, between Cersei and Jaime.
Yeah.
Whoo,
yeah.
One of them is going to be like, oh yeah, you're Lannisters. I don't know, man.
I get Tywin's position, and he's blamed Tyrion for everything. Tyrion has to be perfect.
Yes.
A perfect human being for Tywin to accept him.
Would he even be accepted if he was perfect? He was to look at his son and think of all of his little wrongdoings.
Maybe not. Maybe even if he was perfect. A perfect person who had...
Even that little threat at the end. Next time I see someone in your bed, I will hang them. Ah, nah, man.
He doesn't care.
Well,
Tywin has all the
obviously.
power. He doesn't care about giving out threats because there's nothing Tyrion could do to hurt him.
And when he said that he didn't take Hand of the King serious, I think he did pretty darn well. For the situation he entered, I think he did his best. It could have been
Tyrion-
dealt a little different, but I think what was handed from Ned Stark to him.
Tyrion also, in that instance, in that sequence, did not do, I think, a good enough job convincing Tywin how good of a job he did. No one wants to help Tyrion.
No.
No one's going to get up the bat and be like, Tywin, he did this and this. He's just hearing it from Tyrion, and he thinks Tyrion is not legitimate. Like, he doesn't even want him as a son.
No. He questioned him.
So he doesn't believe that Tyrion did anything to help in the siege. He doesn't want to believe it. You know?
Do you think if the spider, Varys, spoke to him, which I doubt that he would?
No, I don't think it would matter. And even if someone did come to Tywin, they're like, he was great. I don't even think it would change anything. I don't think so.
The way he projected himself to Tyrion, he is very set in stone on his thoughts.
Yeah, and Tyrion said, I quite enjoyed being Hand of the King. Tywin does not want to hear that. He doesn't want to know that you had fun being in power. Did you take it seriously? Then I don't care. You were messing around the whole time. And that's how he sees it. And then he projects all of the other issues he has with Tyrion on him after the fact. He did give him credit. He's okay, we'll get you a marriage partner. We'll get you some place that's not frickin' sell for this. But I'm not giving you Casterly Rock. Who is he going to give it to?
Oh, gee.
They don't even have Jaime. Jaime's in custody.
Yep.
He could die. What if Jaime dies? Would he give him Casterly Rock? Or would he give it to would he hand it to one of Kevin Lannister? Right? I don't even know. He might be that spiteful that he would push it out of his own family.
That's
to
what I'm
just
thinking.
give it to another Lannister rather than give it to Tyrion. And I think lastly, talking about the Marjorie situation.
Man, she knows. Between figure how to get the good word of the king into the orphanage and other people, and then at the table as well, talking to him and conversation with Cersei too. Oh man, she's good.
Yeah.
Cersei does not like her. I can already tell. I think I saw some where Joffrey downplayed all of his mother's dramatic theatrics. Is that what he had said?
Something like that.
Yes. I was like, oh, Joffrey's getting a little annoyed with his mother even.
Because he doesn't want to feel weak. That's the only reason.
Okay.
Because he was like, our lives were in danger. And Joffrey's like, no, they weren't. Stop pretending like I couldn't handle the situation.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Like,
I'm strong. I'm a strong king.
yeah. He didn't want his to be like, we were in such a bad situation. Joffrey wants to feel in front of his, like, new family members
Okay, I see what you mean.
that he is strong. He's not.
No, but he's putting on a play for her, I see.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
starting to think more. And even in those moments, it feels like, I don't know, like when the actor transitions from brutal to, all right, understandable.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
It feels like it's almost breaking character. It's like he transitions. It's a weird transition that Joffrey makes between his psychopathicness and semi-coherentness.
Do you think?
Whenever it happens, it makes me laugh.
Do you think the reason why he's such a psychopath towards Sansa is because of Ned Stark? He's taking all of his pissed offness and putting it to her
No.
and channeling that?
No, I think he's just crazy.
Yeah.
And has a lust for power. He likes to prove it to people. The people he doesn't like, he likes to prove it. Look at how much power I have. Whereas, I feel, yeah, you're probably right. He had to prove it to Sansa that because her father was a traitor,
This is what you deserve.
this is what you deserve.
That's the connection that I can make.
Yeah.
Reason why I'm not trying to just
Whereas-
Joffrey for being the way he is, but the way I see with Marjorie right now, I was like, whoa, Joffrey, are you the same person?
What I'm getting, I was going to go to there. The reason he is that way with Marjorie is because she doesn't have that background that Sansa has. She isn't a threat to Joffrey. She doesn't seem like a threat. She seems what Joffrey would assume is dumb, innocent, trying to help people. Yeah, this person isn't a danger to me at all.
Okay.
They're so weak, they're trying to help other people. That's what he's thinking. And I think he probably does like her a little bit because she's attractive, but...
I mean, she even put good boosting words to other people as well about him. So I think that's what he's also feeding off. Hey, she can make me look good.
I don't know if he realizes that yet, and I don't know if he realizes that's important. And even Cersei doesn't realize that. So I don't think Joffrey does. Because Cersei looks at her and she's trying to help people? What's wrong with you? But they need it.
Yes,
they
do.
Freaking help. And the Reach is doing a lot by bringing the food. Because before, last season, they were freaking starving.
Oh yeah, she said that they had a blessed harvest.
Yeah, she's just...
boasting it up.
Playing it up. They could have had the worst harvest ever. And they'd probably still take them food and bring it in. Because they are, like, wedded together with the marriage between the Lannisters. Lannisters have a lot of troops. That's what they're good for. The Reach is more about the food they make and that kind of stuff. What Highgarden brings to the table is you're gonna be fed. We're gonna feed you. And maybe they have a good army too. But I'm just saying that's what they bring to the table. They're like the people who make the most food because of the climate and everything. It's a good wedding match in terms of what side can bring to the table at this point. And whereas Sansa, her whole family wants to kill you.
Yes.
So they don't bring anything to the table. So
they bring war.
Yeah, and your death. It's just so funny to me when Joffrey sounds like in the last season he was talking to Sansa. I think one of his sisters was leaving for Dorne.
Oh,
he said something like normal, and I just laughed out loud.
Oh yes, I remember that part.
It sounds ridiculous when he says something that's not like psychotic or I want to kill everyone. It sounds ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
Well, was your brother a prince?
Was your brother a prince? Not very relevant then. It was just like, what the... I remember it, yeah.
The only reason I remember it's because I made it into a short. It was so great.
She does all the shorts.
Yes, I have fun with those.
The season's going to be fun.
Yes.
I said I was going to do watch along. We're going to watch the series together again live. And probably through Discord. I'll stream the show through Discord, and you can join the Discord. You won't be able to talk because there can't be that many people out in a Discord channel talking at the same time, so everyone will be muted. But you can talk in like a text chat.
That'd be neat.
And we'll all watch the show together. I want to start from season 1, just work our way up and do 1 to 3 episodes per week, and kind of just work our way up through the season.
I think that would be so cool to discover more and more that we missed.
Yeah, we missed a lot. And it'll reinforce a lot. And to be completely honest, doing reactions, if you guys want to do a reaction channel, doing reactions is the worst way to watch something ever. If you want to watch more things, don't do a reaction channel. Yeah. Just watch TV. Because I can't watch too many shows. I can't binge this for 5 episodes because I'll have 600 gigabytes of stored video content. And then I have to spend 6 hours sifting through the video content, editing up to my standard, and then going through it all. Just don't do a reaction channel. Just watch the shows. Find some friends. Do it that way.
Rent a friend. That's not funny.
Rent a friend. But I'm semi-decent at doing editing, too. So if you have no experience, good luck. To be honest, the process is not entirely fun. Interacting with you guys is the best part. Yes. That's, in the end of the day, the goal is just to interact with you guys and get your opinions and experience this for the first time. But if you're just trying to watch TV, at the end of the day, just watch TV. If you're trying to build a that is on YouTube that you've been trying to do for 11 years, maybe reaction channels are for you. But yeah, it's a lot more work than... And before this, I was editing reaction channels, other people's work. I was doing that before this. And the editing portion, it was a lot of work. I don't know. I'm so introverted. I get crippling headaches when I watch the show because I'm always in the back of my mind, am I reacting enough to this? Am I is this good enough?
Your thinking, the way you break down and you suck it in. That is where your coverage.
Yeah.
I am just a nutball on Energizer drinks, okay? Let's be realistic.
Yeah, you need to be the engine.
I am the...
And I'm the transmission.
Yes.
I switch the gears.
Things come to me after I ponder on them, but we're different in that aspect. And I think that's where we balance each other out well.
And it's a net gain in the end of the day. I feel good about what I'm doing.
Yes, that's all that matters.
Like a plus 9%. Like, between feeling nothing and feeling good, like, on the good spectrum, I'm like 9% in the good. You know what I'm saying?
Not all the time a reaction channel is looking for someone to be bouncing up and down, screaming, gasping, looking for intelligence. I gotta use my brain. I usually don't do this at this time of night. Comprehending strategy, context, all those things. That's what I want to see.
I'm trying, and I do my best to be like, I can't catch everything the first time and forgive myself, but a lot of the time I'm watching, I'm trying to catch everything. I'm trying to remain entertaining, try to not have a stress headache, and just relax. But if I relax too much, then I'm not entertaining. And if I relax even more, I'm not catching everything. But if I up myself up a little bit, I'm not catching everything because I'm being too in my head. I like bring myself back down. So I'm like in the ocean. I'm too high, too high up, too crazy right now. I'm not catching everything. And then I lower myself back down. I was like, oh, I'm not catching everything. I'll bring myself back up. And that whole, like, balancing act in my head is difficult because, like I said, I'm, like, introverted. I don't like, I guess, talking. And it's not a good explanation. You know what I mean?
It's hard for you to do what's natural and easy for me to do.
Yeah, and that's why you're here.
Yes.
This channel probably wouldn't work.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
I'm more of an analytical, thinking about everything type of person. You're more of a reactor, getting in the moment, and I'm overthinking everything, and you're...
I think sometimes I connect the eyes and connect the dots with certain parts, but I'm nowhere near in the context.
I'm just thinking about it in a way of a writer would. I like thinking about storylines. I like thinking about timelines, histories, lore. It is what it is.
There was one part I want to take a minute to talk about.
Yeah.
Lady Melisandre.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
She is controlling Stannis Baratheon.
The reason I didn't talk about that is because I don't think it's developed enough to really give my opinion on it. I don't know.
I just think he's allowing her to take far too much control. His entire face is gone.
All I know is that pirate was correct. He shouldn't have gone.
Yep.
He should have just sailed into the goddamn sunset. And he probably would have been fine.
Now he gets to spend all that time in jail.
He went back and was instantly thrown in jail. And he thought, oh, I can talk to him.
No. He was trying to help out someone who were about to. Sometimes you just gotta listen to someone else. You should have.
Oh my god. Oh, guys. What are we doing?
You gotta get in frame.
No, I'm not in frame. Okay, guys. Oh, right. I was gonna try to do 2 episodes today, but not gonna happen. We're trying to figure out what to talk about. Can you help us out? Oh, wait. This is a video. Never mind.
I guess I would like to start off by saying, I wonder how the introduction to the of Jon Snow to the Wildlings. He had a very good point of why he wanted to join them with his explanation of, was it Craster? The guy that was given the baby boys?
Yeah.
When he saw one? I think that was a good way to get in there because otherwise I don't think it would have been very easy for him to do it.
Yeah.
The Red Lady, Lady Melisandre, she's got far too much control over the situation. I think that's not a very good, I guess you could call it power trip, because she's making too many... I'm not catching on with things as fast as I should be, and I apologize for that, but the guy who said he lost his son on the ship that was rescued by the pirate, he should have listened to the pirate. Thinking about it from last episode, he should have went back, because now it's not a very good situation at all for him. And I think that Tywin, Tyrion's father, is going to be completely negative all the time.
He hates his son because his son caused the death of his wife. When he was born, childbirth killed his wife. She died, giving birth to him.
I know that, but I don't know. I also think that he holds other things. But that's the reason why he hates them.
It is the premise. On top of it, he came out, Tywin's eyes, he's a dwarf. It wasn't even worth it to him. his wife dying wasn't worth what Tyrion is in his eyes.
I see that.
He, on top of killing his wife, just an abomination in his eyes. And on top of that, hangs out with people he doesn't like. There's nothing he can do at this point to make Tywin happy. And the only reason, like in the first season, Tywin a little bit wanted to, how do I say this? He was more, because Jaime was captured, he was more willing to incorporate him in because he was his only son left, and I think he felt.
I think that's only because he was giving fair points.
Yeah, he was making sense. In Tywin's, you're making sense. I think now Tywin understands and knows that there's a deal on the table to get Jaime free, so he doesn't care about Tyrion anymore because he knows that he's getting Jaime back.
That's kind of a shitty thing too.
Yeah,
you only care.
It was like his only option.
The ending was crazy though. The last episode, I was like, "Whoa! I remember that guy. He was the one that Littlefinger had made a joke about, which was cool."
Hopes and predictions for this episode. I hope that we see. I think we're going to see Arya again. I want to see what happened to them escaping. More interested in the Daenerys plotline. Last season, I was interested in the Jon Snow one. In the first season, extra, I was like super on Jon Snow. Didn't really care much about Daenerys. And then in the second season, it was like split. I still cared about Jon Snow's storyline a little more than Daenerys's.
Yeah.
But now, more interested to see where the Daenerys plotline goes than I am the Jon Snow one. It flipped. Like, I've lost interest in the Jon Snow one. I guess just because it's plateaued.
You think so?
Yeah, because they haven't really done anything. In the past 6 episodes, he captured a wildling. He's walked around the wildling territory with her, got captured, walked around with the wildlings more, and then just now got into the wildling camp. So there's a lot of just walking through snow.
But he did do some things.
He killed Corrin Halfhand.
Yeah, now thinking about it, I mean, she's gone through Quarth, then getting a dragon's back, then finding her friend with the guy who was trying to marry her. Yeah. It was climbing. It was just
now she's looking for an army.
Yes.
And she has a ship. It's more interesting to me to see where that goes than the Jon Snow plotline, because I think it's going to take a little more time for him to gain their trust a little bit and work his way into the group. And even after that, I don't know what he's going to be able to accomplish or attain, really, information-wise. Maybe their plans overall.
She's got an actual, very well-known knight now, too. That just pledged.
Oh, yeah. Barristan Selmy.
Yes.
It's getting more interesting. She's crawled out of nothing to have all of this stuff. And I'm wondering how much more it's going to go. Or how much more she's going to lose to get it. What is she going to lose to get this? And I think from now on, switching topics a little bit, the main reactions on the channel, I'm not even going to do an intro anymore. I'm literally just gonna skip right to watching the show, because the curve where people stop watching is at the very beginning of the episode. So they click on it. So say 1,000 people click on it on our last published. They don't
even get to the reaction part?
No, they don't.
That's a darn shame on them.
Like 700 viewers who clicked on the video did not watch it out of 1,000.
Oof.
There's only 300 people watching the actual episode. That's how many people are quitting the video before it even starts.
Patreon, you get all of us.
Yep.
You get it all.
You're getting the full intros and the full breakdowns.
Heck yeah.
In one episode, in one video. Same with YouTube members.
Yes.
If you guys if you can't support us through Patreon anymore, consider getting the YouTube membership, because it's only like $1.50. There you get all of our episodes early, plus I'm going to post one with the breakdown attached to the video instead of splitting it up into 2. So you're going to get like a full cut of our regular mainline stuff as well as watch. It's like an alternative to just quitting us completely, because I understand $10 is a lot, and a lot of you want to see these exactly when they come out, and that's cool. And then some of you are willing to wait like a few weeks to see the episodes as they come out a little staggered after. Because the $5 tier is more for people who have come in late and want to binge our whole thing. And the $10 tier is to keep up to date with everything going on as it happens. YouTube's kind of the same in that regard, but it's also attached to YouTube, so it's up to you guys. But I just wanted to make that clear that this portion of us talking in the front of the episode is going to be cut from our YouTube releases going forward, because people's attention spans is basically 0.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I usually, if you guys don't know, I usually do the shorts. So I'm always studying the shorts and things. It's wild. It's wild.
People can't even sit and watch a 10-second video.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm like...
It's crazy because I hate short content. I hate it. I feel like I lose intelligence when I watch short content. It's too much. And you're getting so many topics thrown at you. It's just, I just want to sit down and watch one thing.
Mm-hmm. But some people can't even deal with a 15-second. They go like 3 seconds. Yeah. I'm like, whoa, God.
They decide within the first 2 seconds if they want to watch something or not. And then they skip through it.
Yep.
And then people on YouTube, there's a proliferation of people who are just not watching the content.
No.
And it's...
wild.
I don't know what to do. The more I continue with the way I continue to do things and don't change, the worse it gets. The worse the channel is. Because the more time I spend doing it wrong, the more YouTube looks at my channel as, okay, this guy he's just making bad content over, and we're reducing his views every single time by a little bit. We're not giving this stuff out. And you can go on my channel and look at the line where YouTube decided not to give my videos out much anymore. I'm gonna look for that. I'm gonna look for that, because plus we have plans to we're doing highlights of our reactions on our shorts channel. They're 9-minute cuts of the full, just to give some people some dopamine.
Yeah.
A dopamine hit with these short videos, and just the best of the best cuts of our reactions. It's ridiculous. I'm beyond words with it. Last video. Okay. Go to focus 2.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Guys, I'm derailing this thing. If you don't care, you can skip it. It's hard to see because your face is in the way.
Oh, sorry, fellas.
Wait, I got it anyway.
There you go.
Okay. So you can see that's when we started Game of Thrones right there, and it went up by a little bit, plateaued off. These are views channel wide, by the way. This isn't one video. And then it spiked up, right? We're getting a lot of views. And then YouTube decided, for whatever reason, we're not giving this channel any more views. And it, since then, has plateaued and just gone straight. So that's how it looks. That's like this year.
That's wild, if you really think about it.
So YouTube, that's when YouTube killed the channel, and I have to do drastic things to make YouTube see us as viable again.
Quality.
No more intros, only on Patreon, and members will get those. Unfortunate, but we do what we have to do. This is why it's been stressing me out so much.
I understand, I do.
But let's get into it, guys.
Let's see what episode 2 brings.
Dark Wings, Dark Words. What do you think that means?
Sounds like a lot of darkness and emotional tears coming. Over the past episodes, I'm developing much of a thicker skin because I have to.
Let's try to do this. Okay, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. It helps us get recognition on our videos, and we'll react to more in the future. Thank you.